Hey Ali, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. It's a very tough question. How do you do, or how are you doing? Because the only answer is I'm good or I'm not good. But at the moment, I'm somewhere in between.
Okay, interesting. Interesting starting point for our conversation. Um, Ali, let me and my listeners know three things about yourself.
I'm very curious about the world. I really want to understand why people do everything they do, and I want to know that since I was a kid. And the third thing you guys should know is I use my language and my words to connect people with opposite point of views to to work on the world for a better future.
Hmm. And everyone who knows you, you're pretty active on social media. So this is, people can follow you there. They can see what you're doing, and you're
If they
pretty
want to,
present if they
if
want
they
to.
if they if they want to, they can give me a like. Yeah.
Yes, that's good. So a like for Ali on all his posts from now on. so so what's your bigger vision, Ali, for you and your life?
The bigger vision is something where you know you can't accomplish it uh, on the time you're alive. So it means it is something which is bigger than you. And in my case, it is that I truly believe that every human being should have the chance to find their inner calling, and they also should have the chance to walk their own way. This is the big vision I have for the world. Uh, and I have this vision for kids, but also for people who are 40, 50, 100 years. I truly believe that we should have a world where everyone has the opportunity to do whatever they were born to do.
Beautiful. And as I know, and a lot of other listeners here who knows you, it's not only you talking about your vision, but you're taking action. You're doing things. You're writing books. You're out there doing the work every day, giving lectures, keynotes, whatnot, to inspire people and motivate them to live their dreams as well.
I totally believe that if you want to have freedom in the world, if you want to have peace, if you want to have a better world, only talking about it is totally nonsense. Uh, when you take action, you try to influence the world in the way you want the world to be. And it was Mahatma Gandhi who once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And I use my opportunities I was born with. So I use my language, I use the words, I write books, I start companies, I start digital companies, which are helping kids, but also adults finding their own way. So I try to see the world as a playground where you can play with a lot of things, but at the end of the day, everyone should laugh and everyone should have fun on this planet.
Yeah, and you definitely have fun. We together had fun already with some martial arts training,
Yeah.
spa
I
resorts.
kicked your ass. I kicked your ass.
Don't tell it here. Beep. This will be
Beep,
cut out.
beep.
This will be cut out.
Okay.
Great, Ali. So let's start. What's a topic you want to work on today?
The thing is, when you try to change something in the world, and you're very successful on your path, and I don't want to listen as an egomaniac, but I truly believe that in the last few years, I was very successful with everything I've done. And success means for me, you try to do something and you are achieving something based on your thoughts and your will to change something. And in the last few years, everything was rolling in a very, very good way. And I had dreams, and it turned out that the outcome was much, much bigger than the dream in the beginning. But now I have a phase in my life where, in comparison to last year, I don't have so many things to do. I I have stuff to do, but the things which were seen as success in the eyes of others, they're not as many as I was used to in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And the thing is, I know that there is something bigger coming. So it means there is something like a silence before the perfect storm is coming in a good way. But the problem at the moment is how to deal with it. So one day it's amazing because I'm like, wow, I have time for the amazing things. I can do this or that. The other day I'm like, oh damn it, last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, uh, I had so many business opportunities to do it. At the moment, it's a little bit silence. And don't get me wrong, in comparison to other people, I have a lot of things to do also in the business way. But for me and what I was used to do, it is a little bit like, come on, am I working part time or what? Okay, and it's crazy because I know from my mind that I shouldn't think this way. It's crazy being only proud of yourself because you have so much output. But on the other side, there is something inside of me, so which is like, am I good enough? Um, is anyone out there who needs me? And stuff like this. And then you see other people in the same area, and I should be happy for them that they're also achieving amazing things in the world for the people. But there's also a part of me which is a little bit jealous. And to be honest, I at the moment I have no idea if I should be like, okay, that's okay. It's part of being human. Okay, you can't only be God. You can't only be the guy, so the good guy. Sometimes you're jealous, and it's okay. How to deal with all of these inner pressure, which is only coming from myself? This is something which I'm dealing with at the moment.
Yeah. So it sounds like you are making this pressure on yourself, telling yourself maybe it's not enough what you're doing
Mhm.
right now compared to the past. Maybe you can do more.
I
Or what?
was used to other things in the last 6 7 years. You have to imagine that every year I had more than 140 keynotes on average.
That's,
On
that's
average,
crazy.
and also during Corona, where the keynote stuff was cancelled because of the pandemic, I had other business stuff to do. I was training leaders and stuff like this. And this year, the creative part is last year I said to myself, it is definitely too much. I won't work that much. Now I don't have too many things to do at the moment, and I'm not happy.
Yeah,
On the one side, it's too
it
much.
sounds like
The other
this
side is
makes you
less.
uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, and
Not doing anything.
the crazy part is that this year amazing things are coming up. I'm going to the US for a project. I'm going to Africa. I will have a second kid, a second
Yeah,
girl in June.
congratulations.
It's amazing. I will have a amazing tour in October with a great artist. Amazing stuff. But what I was used to is not there. And this is for me a real problem since a few days. And I don't know how to deal with it. Maybe the answer at the end of the podcast is I should have a beer every night, but I don't believe this is a good thing to do as a solution. Therefore, I'm very open to your coaching at the moment.
Awesome, awesome. So what's your relationship to, how can we say this? What's your relationship to not doing anything?
Um, I know that this is something I always wanted to do. I always
Mhm.
wanted to be the person who only works 3 hours or 4 hours a day and the rest just sitting in front of the beach or thinking about the world. But my relationship with it is I have this feeling or I have this thought that this is that silence and stuff like this is amazing. And a few years ago in 2015, when I left my first company as a CEO, I was on a silence retreat, 10 days of silence, not talking to anyone, and it was amazing. But it was planned. There was this plan. I will be totally on silent for 10 days, so it totally fits my schedule and my
Yeah,
plan. I
yeah.
was prepared for
You had
it.
a structure, right?
I had a structure and I was prepared for it. I was totally prepared for it. And when you take a look at my history, I grew up in a refugee camp. And my whole life, I thought I'm not good enough for the world. I was always a system error in the world. I was a refugee, school dropout. I was stuttering. My parents broke up. And for me, working like hell was the only way finding my place in society, having a life where I was able to afford also a vacation for myself for the first time. So buying the clothes that I want to have, buying the food I want to have. For someone who started like me in life, it was working my ass off and really working 10 times harder than everyone else around myself. So I learned that this kind of working is the only way to go. But I know it is ridiculous when you're there that you're trying to keep the pace up. This is not healthy. And I want not only that my brain knows it, I want it that my whole system understands this.
Yeah. Get it, get it. So, what would be a good outcome for this session for you today?
The outcome would be that I would say, okay, maybe this year I'm going to do 50% less in revenue. And it's okay because it's enough there for everyone. And let's see what the future is all about. Because in my case, the future was always better than I expected. Always.
Yeah.
My whole life. And I'm now 41 years old and I was never disappointed by life. But it is the only thing. I always invested a lot of work in everything I've done. So what I know, the only thing I really know is I always worked on things. I always used all of my chances I had because I had nothing when I started my
Mm.
career. So I don't know any other mode of operating and working.
Yeah, and still there is this need or this urge, or at least this thought of, hey, it would be cool just to work 3 or 4 hours a day or
Yeah, of
whatever it is.
course, of course, it
Yeah.
would be amazing. It would be amazing, and if the pipeline, for example, for the keynotes would be that high, like for example last year, I would be satisfied in one way. The other way, I would hate myself because had to travel the whole time. I wouldn't be at home. And at the moment, I can see my girl every day. So my little girl, my wife, it's wonderful at the moment. And then, for example, so next week, I have 5 days, 5 keynotes, 5 different customers. Okay, which is great. But then the week after, I have only one keynote, and my brain is saying, "Ah, Ali, this is amazing. It's great. It is the life you wanted to have." Some work, some chill time, but my system inside of me is not satisfied. It is afraid of, oh shit, maybe someone else is taking over my position and stuff like this. So
Yeah.
really old thinking, old
Yeah.
bullshit thinking from the old world.
Yeah. Let's get into this if you're up for it.
Yeah, totally.
So, how does it feel for you inside when you have this scenario coming up? There is this week of you just have one keynote. Otherwise,
Mm.
you're sitting at home. What comes up for you?
Um, what is coming up?
Some
Some
thoughts or feelings,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. On the one side, I'm sad because I feel sad when I have the feeling that I lost something. So in this case, maybe I lost the attention, or no, it's not the attention. It's being on the road. So preparing stories for others. So to be honest, I love it when I can prepare stories for people based
And
on
and,
my
and what
knowledge.
is and what is your body telling you?
My body is telling me, shit, damn it, you have to work your ass off to get uh, some more keynotes, for example. This is the feeling. It's some anxiety. It's a little bit, a lot of stress, and also a lot of anger because I'm like, damn it, why is not everyone around me in my team working harder? And then I'm like, hey, come on, they are working their asses off. We're doing a good job. So there is this anger inside of me which I don't want to have.
Okay. So who do you want to become, Ali? Who
A
is
wise
the
man, a wise man.
Yeah, how
I
do you want
want.
to deal with this? Like, what? And maybe can I ask you to stand up? I know you just lowered your desk, but is this
Okay,
possible?
wait a second. I will move my electric
Move your
desk. So
move your
if
desk
you're
up.
hearing something like this is my desk. Okay, so the
Yeah.
question was who I want to be.
Yeah. So let's
Okay,
shake yourself out
okay, I'm done.
and yeah, and tell me, like, who do you want to be? Because now I have heard there is this kind of imbalance. There is the need, I need to do this, but there is also anger. So how do you want to be in the perfect scenario in the future?
I want
Let's
to
get into
be
this.
I want to be someone who's like, no matter what is at the moment, it is totally okay. If it's something I'm afraid of, it's okay. So let's see what tomorrow is bringing up or what it is a chance for. I really want to be the person who's not like, oh shit, we're running out of money. I want to be
Right.
the person who says, hey, everything has a reason, and let's see how you can use it for yourself.
Yeah. And what's a body posture for this? How do you stand
A
when you're
body
this
posture
Ali?
for this, you mean for this
Like when you're in this space
calm
of
guy?
this calm guy.
Who am I? I'm standing very loose in my office, and I have my hands in my pocket,
Yeah.
like
Both
someone.
hands?
I have both hands in my
Okay.
pocket,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, let's see. And my shoulders are low, so I'm very. So my body posture is very relaxed,
Yeah.
very
And
relaxed. I'm like, yeah, let's see what life is up
yeah. And
all about.
I don't know what's about you, but I'm starting to shift a little bit, like my hips from right to left. Or was
Yeah,
it for you?
I also do this. I'm
Yeah.
also moving my hips left to right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
how
like,
to say?
yeah,
It's like listening to music and
yeah,
waiting for nothing. So waiting for the
yeah,
bus, waiting
yeah.
for the bus, and the bus is coming the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I have the feeling you know that the bus is coming and there is no rush, there is no need to do anything because
Hmm.
everything will sort out itself. Is it
Yeah, the
this way?
bus is. Yeah, this is a good point of view. Yeah, the bus is coming. So when you're in Austria, the bus is coming 100%. When you're in somewhere else,
That doesn't matter. Like the
uh,
universe bus is
yeah,
coming for
yeah,
you and bringing
universe
you
bus is
stuff.
coming, and I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
waiting at the bus station. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Just be in this energy. What what would be a color for this energy?
It is orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow.
It is funnily the bus is yellow, and on the back of the bus, so the sky and the countryside, and so is in a it is orange. It's yellow and orange, all of yeah, yellow and orange.
Yeah, some bright colors.
Very bright, very bright. Yeah.
So, what comes up for you right now when you're standing there in this energy of the bright colors? What are you noticing?
I feel my belly. I feel like I feel my body, my upper body, and I realized that my whole posture had changed before. I was very stuck, and now I'm more in a calm mode, more
Yeah,
relaxed. I'm now moving my hips more from left to right. I put my feet. Um, I put my feet. How to say? Not together. I put them.
a little more far away.
Yeah, so far away from each other,
Yeah,
so I can move. I can move
yeah,
my hips. I can find some space for myself.
yeah,
This is something I do at the moment.
yeah. The feeling that I have now, it's there is free space to move. Before it was almost like stuck in a box.
Totally. It was totally stuck in a box. And now I have the feeling that it's much better.
Yeah,
It is how to say, something inside of me is telling me, come on, Ali, do not whine around. You're not 11 years old, and maybe someone who's 11 years old is much braver than you at the moment.
yeah,
Something inside of me is telling me now, Ali, the problems you have, other people wish for your problems.
yeah. And don't take too much notice of this voice right now.
Okay.
Just stay with this energy. More space. What's possible from here for you?
What's possible
And
from
what
here?
what was the what is it? Kind of almost feeling asleep from here.
Yeah. I was I felt that the tension of my body is leaving the body. So the tension is going. I'm now moving. I'm now stretching myself a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Stretch yourself.
And no worries, I'm not gonna be naked here.
Ali's naked
But
stretching
no,
himself
no, I'm totally dressed up. I'm totally dressed up.
in a hot yoga
But
session.
yeah,
So sorry, guys,
uh,
that we don't have video here, but
yeah, yeah.
imagine.
But at the moment, it's just moving around the hips. It's moving around the hips,
Yeah.
closing the eyes,
Yeah.
having my hand in my pockets,
Hmm.
and just staying there very loose, like you're standing in school, in the backyard of the school, waiting for your
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Like with, there is no rush, there is no,
Yeah.
yeah, just be there, and
Hmm.
let's be there in this space.
I am.
Me too. Is there any name for this space that comes up? Like, how do you want to name this space?
It's a good question. The space. I would I would really call it the space.
Okay.
I would really
Space.
call it the space
Yeah.
because yeah, in the best way, I feel like I'm in space, floating through
Hmm.
space. There is no downside, upside, no left, no right. You're just
Yeah.
floating around.
Floating around, waiting what's coming. Almost done.
Yeah, it is. It is more. It is. It is. So the waiting is a byproduct of just being there.
Hmm. That's beautiful. The waiting is just a byproduct of being there, being in the space. What's here now for you? What are you noticing?
Um, it is that thoughts are coming. There are thoughts are coming up which are telling me you have to do this or that.
Yeah. Can you just ignore these thoughts or send them away? Is this possible for you? Just to be aware of them,
Ignoring is not possible,
or sending them
but
away right now, just to stay in the
what is
presence.
possible is just doing a swipe
Yeah. Whatever
to
works.
left or right, saying gone.
Left swipe gone.
But, whoa,
And it's
and while
interesting.
I do this, I get tired.
Yeah, either you're so tired,
No,
or
no,
you're getting tired from this,
I get
or
tired.
maybe your body is
So
not used to this.
my body was so
Just
full of tension in the
yeah,
last 2 hours now with meetings and stuff like this, and when my body is full of tension, I get tired, and now I'm in a relaxing mode. Now I'm in a relaxing mode where you see that all the tension is going.
so you're in this space. You're Ali, who is being, and the
Mm-hmm.
byproduct is waiting. So how can this be of benefit for you in the next weeks?
So, I think the most beneficial thing for me would be that in these moments of tension, I stand up and I start to move my body like I do it now to get into the same relaxed mode. I think if I do remember this procedure, I think I can use it sometime. And while I'm telling you this, something else is also coming up. I can use being careful that when I sit or when I'm in these thoughts and these stressful thoughts, that I have to be aware of my body, that I do not push my body too hard together, only based on the thoughts. This is something I really want to focus on. I want to use for myself this knowledge or this wisdom now.
Yeah, that's great. And I might challenge you here also a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say yes, no, or give me a counter offer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's say take 3 space days off every week. This means 3 days where you're not doing anything, just floating in the space.
3 days in a row
Doesn't matter. 3 days in a week.
out of 7 days.
Yes.
I can tell you, I can do it one day because I have a little daughter and my wife is pregnant.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe specified for um,
Or what do you mean with?
for professional life.
Okay, for
Or
professional,
what gives you the tension? Is your daughter and family giving you the tension?
it is. It is how to say. It is think so. When you're an entrepreneur, you're always thinking about your work. You never shut down your work. It is in my case. In my case,
Maybe that's the challenge for you.
yeah.
Shut down your work for one day.
Shutting down my work for one day would also mean no digital communication. It really means, I have this. There is this phone. It's called the Simple phone, and I bought one 3 years ago for days like this.
You have everything already.
And maybe I should activate this one.
It just disappeared somehow in the drawer, maybe because
It
you didn't
is
like
it
it.
is it is behind me in a
Okay.
cupboard. And I just
Screaming, Ali, use me. I'm new.
it is yeah, use me. It is just telling me at the moment, use me.
Okay. What
This is
what
something.
about one day in the week? You can choose which day you're using the simple phone the whole day and you're trying to get into the space and experimenting what comes up for you. Disconnecting.
This is something I should do. Disconnecting at least one day between Monday and Friday. I should do one day. And on Saturday, Sundays, of course.
Anyhow, you're off, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I should also do this because in the last few days or so, last few weeks, I started to be more on social media. And this is something which is sometimes fun and sometimes very helpful, but sometimes it is just bringing your thoughts and it is totally triggering you.
Yeah. Okay, so
Wow.
yes to one day you can choose Monday to Friday, one
Uh,
weekday.
it will be it will be Fridays most of the time, and if it's not Friday, it will be Monday.
Okay, whatever works for you. You're using the
Yeah,
simple phone, you're
yeah,
unplugging,
yeah,
and you're being in the space
yeah.
and seeing what comes up.
This is amazing. I will do
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
awesome. Sounds
But,
great.
so Matthias, you should work as a coach. Maybe this is something which
Maybe,
fits you.
yeah,
Maybe
people
this
are
is something
telling me
that
this all the time. I don't know. Let's
maybe
see
you
what
should
comes
work
up.
as a coach, not only as a podcaster.
So what is one thing you take away from this conversation today?
Uh, one thing which I take away is it is a very simple thing, just connecting yourself with the solution. But the simple things are always the hardest things. And it's good having someone from outside just talking about it. So if someone asks you some good questions and helps you focusing on your pain and not losing yourself in some other thoughts, which are just, yeah, pulling you away from your real pain. When you focus on your real pain, then you will find the answers. This is something I take away. And the thing is, finding time, asking myself, what is the real pain? And how does it feel if I want to be in a different mode? So when you ask me, who do you want to be? This helped me changing my posture and my breath in a second.
And you have everything, or we have everything in us. It's most likely just we are so busy being busy, and we don't have time to even just
Yeah.
stop and listen to our bodies.
And
Even though our bodies are screaming, sometimes it's enough. But
you know what's the biggest problem for me? Uh, well, in my profession, I work in a world where you see your success because people tell you, wow, you've done a great job. So it means you see your success nearly 100% by people from outside. Also, when I work with kids, when I see in their faces that they're happy, then I see my success. And when I started my career, also when I never saw the feedback after my work because I had to go somewhere else, I knew from inside I'm doing something right for the world and for myself and for my own joy. And I want to get back to this, not being dependent on only the feedback from the people, but also that I know that I try my best and what's possible is possible and what's coming out is coming out.
yeah, exactly. And that's just a switch in perspective, because if you're just relying on the outside feedback to be successful,
Mm,
then you have no control over it. There will be
totally.
always people who like you, people who hate you. And
Mm,
if you get this into yourself or get this personal, and I
mm,
know this from a lot of my other clients, you
mm,
can easily struggle with this. So
totally.
one
Totally.
way is totally to find a way how you define success for yourself, and
Mhm,
define it in a way that you can control it. If you say, okay, that's inside of me, and I know I do the right things, I do the
mhm,
work, and the
mhm.
outcome is like secondary, because I have no influence on the outcome. I don't know how they react.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Um,
And I want to acknowledge you, Ali, for I know you now not so long. What have you said? 2 years, 3 years? No, it's longer.
what do you mean?
That we first met,
Boy,
like
it's
three
it's it's.
years or
I
something.
have the feeling I know you for my
Yeah,
whole life,
me too. It's not
but
that
we
long,
met only
actually.
3 years ago.
I think three
I think
years.
it was the year
Yeah,
before Corona. Is it possible?
yeah, probably. Yeah, and I mean, what you're doing, and what projects you're bringing forward in the world, it's just, it's, for me, it's unimaginable. Also, the amount of work you're putting into.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is.
that's just crazy. You're just this machine, really. You're just,
Yeah, and you know, this is amazing what you're now telling me because yeah, I work like a machine, but the thing is, I'm not a machine. So my power is endless sometimes. But a machine
exactly,
can work 24 hours a day
exactly.
if you have the right parts. But I have never seen a human being doing this. But I
Yeah,
tried it for at least the last 20 years of my life.
yeah.
Since
So
I,
so maybe now is the time to step
yeah,
back from the gas pedal and,
I started pushing the gas pedal when I was a school dropout because I tried to find my way back. And now maybe I should drive the car in an amazing way, but maybe I don't need to be on the gas pedal 100% of the time.
not all the time. I think
Not
that's
all the time. Maybe I
that's the
can,
distinction. You
yeah.
can press the or push
But
the
I,
gas pedal
yeah,
full throttle, but you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Ali. You're an awesome human being with a huge heart, and you're inspiring and motivating so many people out there.
Thank you
So
so
really
much.
kudos to
Now
you.
I will reactivate my phone now, thanks to you.
Yeah, the simple phone. Love
Thank you
it.
so much, Matt.
Yeah,
Thank you
you're
so
welcome.
much, Dr.
You're
Matt,
welcome.
because I
You're
I really
welcome,
bought
Ali.
it a few years ago
Yeah, some
exactly
it
for a
sounds
moment
like,
like this.
yeah, it sounds like you knew already you might want to use it someday.
Yeah, now I'm ready for it. Yeah, amazing.
Nice, cool. Thank you so much, Ali.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else you want to say before we close here?
Um, I just want to say this: how you focus on the problem of your client and how you keep sure that we stay on track in a very short amount of time is for me amazing. and but also creating a lot of space for reflection in also that short amount of time. It is something. Every time we work with each other, I'm like, come on, it's not enough time. It's not enough time. Come on, come on. And after, I don't know, 30 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, I'm like, so, oh, damn it, he did it again. Yeah, and this is something I really appreciate working
Thank
with you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you're doing the work, and that's important. You're committed to doing the work. You're open. You're like brave to bring these topics here,
Mhm.
being vulnerable. So thank you for this. And yeah, good luck. Can't wait to hear what your simple phone is telling you, or not telling you,
So if you
because
tell,
it shouldn't ring.
so if you're sending me some messages on WhatsApp, I have to tell you the simple phone, it does not have WhatsApp.
The simple phone just ignores it.
It knows it's just SMS and calling, not more. Yeah.
Awesome. Love the simple phone.
Yeah. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Thanks so much, Ali. Talk soon. All the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.